Hi, are you feeling apprehensive about putting your fat quarters together to make a great cohesive looking quilt? Well, we're going to take a few minutes today and teach you how. And we're going to show you some of the great patterns in our new Fat Quarter Quilting Fun book in just a few minutes. Hi, I'm Fran Morgan with Fabric Cafe. Today we're going to take a few minutes and show you how to put fat quarters together so that you have a great looking quilt in the end. And I am going to show you one of my quilts in the Fat Quarter Quilting Fun called Meander, and we are going to start putting fat quarters together so you can see the process. First, let's look at the quilt. This is my Meander quilt. And this is one of them out of the Fat Quarter Fun book. And I have actually designed this quilt so it has a little bit of a scrappy look. And as you can see here, it looks like there's all different kinds of fat quarters included here. We're going to take some time now, and I'm going to step through how I selected the fat quarters for this quilt and show you how the book makes it super simple. So I'm just going to flip over here to the pattern. And the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of mention the fat quarters are organized in the book as light, medium, and dark. And then they are further organized in light matching fat quarters, light assorted fat quarters, medium matching fat quarters, and medium assorted, so on, dark matching and dark assorted. So whenever you choose your pattern, the first thing that you want to do is look at the pattern in the book and see just exactly how many fat quarters you need of each category, let's say. So the light matching, the light assorted, and things like that. For this Meander quilt here, we actually are going to need 2 light fat quarters, and these 2 are matching. We need 4 medium, and 3 of those are assorted, and then you'll have 1 for your border. And then your dark fat quarters, we have 3 assorted. So that means 3 different fabrics on your fat quarters. Then you have 2 matching, which will be for your second border and your binding. Each of the quilts in the Fat Quarter Quilting Fun takes 12 fat quarters, and that does include your binding. So we'll be pulling that as well today. So let's look at this list, and I've got a group of fat quarters here. We're going to start playing and organizing them. So I'm going to just shift this over a little bit. These are a group of fat quarters that I have pulled from Stash, and we're just going to kind of start putting them together and see what we can do. Now, the first thing I would do is say, okay, we're going to look at all of these and put them in groups of light, medium, and dark. So I have some blues here. That looks like those are darks. These look like they could be mediums. Okay. I'm going to put some lights over here. And this one kind of looks like a light as well. Let's see. Is this going to be a medium or a light? Tell you what, I might have to take a phone picture of that in just a minute. I'm going to show you how to do that. So easy thing, we're just going to kind of start sorting. We're going to guess. There is no right or wrong to this. This is completely just how you feel about them. So do the initial sort. And as you can see here, I'll just go through. These look like they're all darks. That's a dark. So this is how I start. That looks like a medium, a dark, and a medium. Okay, so I just kind of get them all together. And now if I have any doubt on any of these, I can actually take a picture. And I am going to show you how I do that right now. Now I have an iPhone. So whenever you have an iPhone, I'm going to go to my camera, just like this. Let's see if I can do this upside down. Let's take a picture of these lights here. Okay, whoop, get my thumb out of the way there. We're just going to come up here and I'm going to snap a picture of those light fat quarters. Then, once I have the picture, I need to go select the picture, and there it is. Now we want to edit the picture. And then you see those like 3 circles there that look like, they actually look like light, medium, and dark, don't they? I'm going to hit that little button, if it will go. Did it do it? There it goes. All right, and then I'm just going to scroll all the way over. And do you see how it changes the photo? And then instantly we can see that there's one that kind of stands out a little bit right here that's a little bit darker, but they all look pretty good as a light. Now let me do this. I am going to put some mediums in there. We're going to cancel this. I am actually going to go back and, all right, don't laugh. I'm not the expert on iPhone cameras either. I'm going to go back and, excuse me, John, take another picture so that you can see what it looks like when we get the mediums in there. Okay, I've taken my picture. I'm going to tap on the picture. I'm going to edit. I'm going to hit the 3 little circles and go all the way over. And you can see how the mediums definitely stand out from the lights. And you can see this one down. Isn't that a cool way to kind of determine the difference between your mediums and your darks? So if you're not sure which category it should go in, that's a great way to do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, put my mediums back. So I've got my piles made. And then I'm going to consult the pattern again. So I need 2 light fat quarters, and according to my meander pattern, they need to be matching. So I think I'm going to use my beautiful batiks here. So I have 2 of this yellow, so I think that's going to work really well. So those are my 2 matching. Then I need 4 fat quarters, and I need 3 assorted. Now remember, there is no right or wrong on this. It's totally personal preference. So let's look at some assorted. I think I choose to stick with batiks for this particular quilt, so I'm going to pull some of these. Let's see, I like that with it. Let's see, that's kind of a fun. What are some of my other colors that I would like to pull for my medium here? I like these 2. I'd like to include that. Oh, this one was a medium. It came out as a medium, didn't it? That's awesome. I think I'm going to, you see how I just kind of play with it. It looks like they're all kind of coordinating. I love that they're all batik, so it kind of matches in style. So I need the 3 assorted mediums. So I'm going to use these 3. Just consulting the pattern again. This is what I do a lot. You know, I can't always read upside down. So okay, then I need 1 medium for the border. Now this one I kind of like as a medium, so I'm going to set that one aside for my border. And then let's pull this batik in as our other medium. So I have 3 assorted. Can you see those 3? And then this one I will assign to the border. Now as I do this, so that I don't get confused, because I'll tell you, I get confused sometimes and forget what I'm doing. So I will actually make Ziploc bags like this, zip closed bags, put a label in them, or if you just want to use the straight pen and a piece of paper, you can do that too. And I'll put my fat quarter. So these are the 2 I choose for my light matching. I would just slip them in there so that I don't forget. So I know that my lights are taken care of. Now, my mediums and my darks. Let me get my darks before I do anything else so that I'm sure that I feel comfortable with all the batiks that I'm choosing. And of course, this is totally personal preference. So I give you permission to play, enjoy it, move them around. This is one of my favorite parts of quilting. So let's see, I have my 3 medium assorted here, which I think are gorgeous together. And then I need the border. That's my small border number 1. It's going to be the orange. And then I need 3 assorted fat quarters in dark. And these are assorted. Let's see, I'm going to be using these for part of the strip assembly. So I like that. You know what? Even this one's pretty cool. But you know, I like that one a lot. But because all the rest are batiks, I think I'm going to save that one for my next project and use the batik that's very similar. So these 3 are darks. Awesome. So let's put our mediums away. And these are medium assorted. So I'm going to slip them in here. Now, the reason why I do this, because once I start cutting these, then I know exactly what color position I have chosen for each. So here are my 3 darks. Now, I need 2 darks, 2 matching darks for... Oh, thank you, John. I love that John is my cameraman because he always tells me exactly what I need to be doing. Okay, look at all these gorgeous batiks and other fabrics in my stash. Now, I'm kind of going bright, so even though these browns and greens are gorgeous in the batik, I think I'm going to stick with these 2, something like this. And I need 2 matching, and I have 2 matching on that for my dark, and that's going to be my border. And then I need 1 dark for the binding, so this one's great with that for the binding. So we'll get these bagged up and put in there so that whenever it's time to cut, we know exactly what color position we have for each one. Now let me pull these all together, move the ones I didn't use out of the way so that we can look at these all together. Now remember, there is no right or wrong, and it is a little bit of just playing with your fabric, which I love to do, and I give you permission to experiment and mix your batiks and other fabrics if you want to. It works great. If you have any questions about what's light, what's medium, what's dark, use that little trick with your phone, changing it to what is that called, a black and white photo, so that you can kind of see what it's like. And I know that the Android phones do it as well. All right, now I'd like to show you a few of the quilts in the book and point out the light, mediums, and darks from these quilts. This is our boho triangles, and I really love this quilt because it really can highlight many different fat quarters and still look great. Of course, we're still using our batiks here, which I absolutely love. And then what I have done is use the pink as some of the light, as one of your lights, as well as this one and this gray here. And then we have the darks as this multicolored, which I love the batiks because they're multicolored, but I know that sometimes they're a little hard to blend, but with a pattern like this, it works perfectly. It just really showcases all of those great ones. And then your blues as well. Now we've got a medium that's on the border, and once again, a dark that's on the binding. So let's put this up on the table, and I can show you one of the fat quarter bundles that we've pulled together for this. This fat quarter bundle is 8021091, and I have them labeled here, as you can see, the light, medium, and dark, how I have chosen them. And these are all of the beautiful batiks that are in the boho triangles pattern. And as you can see, we've already put your matching in there. So we've got 2 medium matching. That was for the border. So we've already pulled those for you, and you won't have any trouble whatsoever doing the pattern from the Fat Quarter Quilting Fun book for boho. I also want to mention just one more time, hopefully I haven't over-mentioned it, but I do want you to know that when you buy 3 Fat Quarter bundles, you do get a free copy of the Fat Quarter Quilting book. Now we have another quilt here. This is going to be our sweet treats. And it's a little bit different on the light, mediums, and dark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some permissions here. So in the pattern, all of these half square triangles are listed as mediums, and then all of your backgrounds are lights. Now, you can see that this is a pretty dark. So what I did, because I really wanted the contrast, is I just played around with that, and I put this darker fat quarter in the medium position. You can totally do that. It is not a problem at all. Giving you permission right here, just play with it, kind of play with your fabrics and see. And then of course I've got some lighter mediums on the border here. And as long as you cut your fat quarter completely out of the same position, then it works perfectly well. Let's look at the kit for that, or fat quarter bundle for that. So let me move this one. This was our boho. We'll move this one off the table here and get our, this is our X's and O's fat quarter bundle. That number is 8021087, and it is our X's and O's bundle. And once again, as you can see here, I have placed them here for you in the light position. And like I said, I've put a few mediums in the darks because I just preferred that, and that's totally okay. And then these lighter ones in the darks. Play around with it. This is exactly how we've done the quilt in the book, and I think it looks amazing. So the next one that we have here is called strips. Now I really like strips because it has this extra little block right here in the strip assembly. It's also a very unusual block shape, so it's not normal. But this is our light, which is our red. And in this case, a light in my mind simply meant a contrasting, because I really wanted it to pop off the other colors. We have our dark as part of our strip assemblies, have several different ones here, and then our mediums. And as you can see, this is all done in like blues and gray tones, other than the contrasting red. Absolutely love it. Our fat quarter bundle that we've put together for the strips quilt, as you can see here, we have your 3 matching lights. And this is for your border as well as that small square, as I was saying. And I considered them a light because they're contrasting with the others. And then all of these just blend so beautifully from a lighter shade of medium all the way to the dark. And also want to mention again one more time, the fat quarter bundles do include enough fabric for your binding. So we have 12 fat quarters here. One of them is always used for your binding. This bundle, that number is 8021089, and it's called Mystery. Now I've got one more here to show you. And this is absolutely one of my favorite quilts. Now, if any of you have been following Fabric Cafe a while, then you've probably seen some of Donna's great 3-yard quilts with the trees in it. This is just a little bit different twist on that. We wanted to do a fat quarter version, and that's what we've done here. We have used our half rectangle. This is the background is our light, and the tree is our medium. And then we have a dark, which is in our pieced block that's alternating here. And then the others are all mediums, and they're just assorted. Pull from your stash. It is just easy to do. This would be just a great, really kind of, I know that bohemian style is so popular in home decorating right now, and this would be great for that. So let's look at the fat quarter bundle on that. So our number for this bundle is 8021085, and it's called Rustic Woodland. And I'm just going to slip this off here, and then you can see all of these beautiful batiks that we've pulled together. Once again, we've done your matching that you need. This is your background for your trees, and then of course your border and the darkest for your binding. All of the quilts are available and my book, Fat Quarter Quilting Fun. It is 7 patterns. They're all shown on the back. They each use 12 fat quarters, and that does include enough for the binding. So happy that you could join us today. Get brave, start playing with those fat quarters, and let's bust that stash. Thanks so much for joining.
If you enjoyed today's video, we hope that you'll give us a thumbs up. Click on the little bell if you'd like to get notice every time that we post a new video, and subscribe. It's very important that you subscribe to our channel, and we would love to see you back again.